on Sunday. It should be exciting, huh? The top story tonight, though, is the big game tomorrow. It's a perfect story so far. San Diego State can win its first WAC conference title, go to the Holiday Bowl, if it can beat the defending champ and perennial bully BYU. Directing the show for the Aztecs is head coach and WAC Coach of the Year, Denny Stoles. Now, none of his players has ever beaten BYU. That's a lot of negative reinforcement to overcome. But, of course, Stoles is optimistic. That's why they make him the head coach. He says they're ready to play.
Well, I think now that we've won together and we've won some big ball games, I think it's easier to convince them that they can play against BYU. I think had we taken them on the first couple of weeks of the season, we might not have been as confident as we'll be Saturday. I think we'll be a real confident football team, and I think we'll play well, and BYU's going to have to play well to beat us, I'll tell you that.
Fans are getting convinced about that, too, because a crowd of over 50,000 is expected. The game is also being televised on ESPN. You can see it locally. Game time, a bit unusual, 4:45.
Stoles has just approached BYU like he's approached any other team. He's put them on the same level as any other team. And before, it was always looking up to BYU. I think they're on the same level now as everybody else.
And BYU worked out at the stadium today, and although some of the Aztecs may think that BYU has faltered a bit, Steve Lindsley, the quarterback, doesn't agree.
I think the reason why people say we're on the downfall is maybe because we haven't thrown as much or whatever, but we're, last week we almost got 600 yards total offense.
We're not as explosive on offense, but we're comparable to what we've been on defense, and our kicking game is solid, and we're playing very well. We're playing well offensively, so I think what happened, I think the Aztecs are better, and I think other teams in the league have been better this year.
Each week we go and play people who are jacked up for us and who consider us to be their only game of the season. And San Diego State feels that if they beat us, it'll make their whole season.
Jack Murphy Stadium, the home of the Aztecs, and tonight they expect the biggest crowd in the history of their program as San Diego State goes for the Western Athletic Conference Championship against perennial champion Brigham Young.